Welcome to Conversations in the Closet. I am Teresa Romer, your host, along with our great, fabulous co-host, Michael Pierce.
Hello, y'all.
How are you? How are you? Are you recovered?
Not even close. That's why I have dark sunglasses. I'm still in the stank fur from the show. Like, no.
Okay, so just to fill you guys in just a little bit, last weekend we all went to, there's a group of us, we went to New York City for New York Fashion Week, which is of course still going on as we speak. But we went over the weekend and we went to two fashion shows, actually, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. We were invited from the Oxford Fashion Studios. And they were so sweet. If you don't know about them, they do shows in New York, London, Milan, and Paris. And we were invited to the one in New York City. Actually, they've invited us to all of them.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of going. It's just a matter of getting to all of them. But we had a fabulous time. We were VIP. We were front row. And what a fabulous time. And Michael, you actually did some coverage for a local TV station here in Houston, right?
Yeah, I got to interview them, and it was really fun because I like this group because they're a lot like the Fashion Fund that many people may have heard from New York. And what they do is they curate collectors. Some of them are very established designers, others are new and up and coming, but they pick people based on artistic talent and commercial promise, and they mentor them, and they provide them access to stages they would never in a million years. To get into New York Fashion Week is a lifetime achievement that many designers never get, and they get New York, Milan, Paris. And they fly them all over. On the catwalk, I was sitting next to one lady from Kenya, another from Austria, another from Ecuador. One of them gave me the Zika virus. I'm sure I have like the cubic zirconia version of it or something. But
Zirconia? Is that like cubic zirconia?
But it was really fabulous to see this really diverse capsule collections of all these different designers. And he actually put on 5 shows that day. They're showing 60 collections this season. 60.
It was fabulous. And I'm telling you, Michael did a fabulous job for, was it for Channel 2 or was it for Houston Lifestyles?
So it's going to be for KPRC2. It'll air on, I think, Houston Life. I never can tell whether or not the news picks it up or the Houston Life picks it up. It's still in editing, but yeah, it should hopefully air next week.
Yeah, so Michael was fabulously dressed. I mean, like he had this amazing T-shirt on that had all kind of verbiage on it and this fur coat, and I mean, like he was definitely looking hot. I think we were all looking hot. I think
I want to say on that point, because I was feeling all proud. I was feeling my oats because I planned outfits knowing that I'd be with all these incredibly beautiful women with amazing wardrobes. And I thought, okay, I'm going to plan something out. And the most common comment out of all of my photos was about you. And it's of the photo from the fashion show, because you have a blouse that shows the girls quite well, and
Yes.
a skirt that is so high-low, it's like the opening of a circus tent. It's so freaking hot. Like, you can't see the kitty, but oh my God, so many guys. I got messages saying, can you introduce me to her? I'm like, dude, you will not even you don't even have a chance. Forget it. But you look smoking. You are the #1 most commented on my friends list photo.
Oh, thank you. And those boots were thigh highs. You know.
Oh my God. There's a name for those boots, but we can't say that even on a podcast.
So, thank you. I didn't know I looked that good, but
You look good.
I felt good. I mean, I felt like I owned it. You know. So it's funny how, that we all, packed to go to New York. Of course, I packed 3 different dresses. I didn't know what I wanted to wear. And then, of course, that day, we go shopping at the Chelsea markets, and I find the other half of my outfit. So my outfit totally changed from what I had packed to wear to what I ended up finally wearing. And so it was just a conglomeration of throw this together, throw this together, throw this together, and voila, we just had a different look. So it was kind of...
I want to brag on you with one other point, too, because we were with the mix of ladies, and some are very much the I'm only going to go to Bergdorf crowd. Others are like, take me to flea market. I don't care. The very first place we stopped off was in Harlem. And we turn around and we're like, where the F is Teresa? And we look inside and she's made 5 new best friends. She's like buying this jacket and clearing out a store in Harlem. I'm like, what the hell? Like, we were trying to get somewhere and she's shopping and she's made all this whole new fan club of friends. So
No,
Kudos
you
to
know,
you.
what was so funny is here are in Harlem. I'd never been in Harlem, okay? And we're in this store. It was called Harlem Underground Clothing,
Mhm.
and these jackets were one of a kind. They're all one of a kind.
I think
Like,
everything in that store was handmade one of a
yes,
kind. It was all
yeah,
original.
yeah. And I'm one of these people that I cannot dig for an outfit. Like if it's not hanging there and shouting my name, I'll never find it because I don't take the time to dig. It's got to be out front and ready, and it shouts my name, and I buy it. And sure enough, I'm in there buying it, and this guy looks at me and he goes, "You look really familiar." And I don't know how, he's a black guy, and we start talking, and I said, "Well, do you know
And he
Gucci
was
Mane?"
cute. He was real cute.
Yeah, yeah. And I said, "Do you know Gucci Mane?" And he's like, "Oh God, everybody knows Gucci Mane." So we started talking about Gucci Mane, and he realized that I was the one that had,
The video.
because he had seen me on Instagram and Facebook and everything, promoting the video and everything. So that's how we struck up a conversation. And pretty soon I've got 5 new best friends. I'm buying this one of a kind jacket, and it was actually kind of fun. But that's what people don't realize about Teresa Romer is I have a lot of designer stuff in my closets, but I have a lot of just no name stuff in my closet also. And just like that jacket, I'm not going to call it a no name. I'm going to call it designer because it is made by somebody, even though they're maybe not a nobody. But I mean, like, it's a one of a kind jacket, and I got it home, and my daughter wants to steal it.
It's gorgeous. It's very unique.
So I'm telling
I don't like to go to New York and shop at any place I can buy in Houston. I want to go to stores and meet the designers who aren't getting the attention and see what they're doing. I want to buy something you can't get somewhere else.
exactly. And to know that this jacket might steal it from me, so that means that it also caught the eye of my daughter, who's 28. So, me, mom
That
clothes.
seems fitting. You came back with a custom couture jacket, and I came back with the Zika zirconia virus. So it all works out fine.
I'm still trying to figure out if
fair.
Zika zirconia is like cubic zirconia.
I think so, because it's man-made. It's tragic. Nobody should have it. I think that's why I'm calling it that.
So that leads us into my question. Why is fashion so important to you? Or you and I attend a lot of fashion shows too. So why is it so important to you?
I've never thought of myself as a fashionable person. Like, there are a lot of Houstonians that I have huge respect for. They go to all the right designers. They go to all the right shows. I don't think that I'm that person, but fashion to me is an expression of who you are, and it's a way to cover up the things you don't like. It's a way to highlight the things you do. And the very first time I came out of my shell, because I was horribly shy, like borderline, like, I won't say it, but I was very, very shy. And I started to get attention after I lost weight, and I bought some nicer clothes, and you start feeling good about yourself. And I love the idea of having clothes emphasizing how you feel better. And now I've gotten sort of more avant-garde because I'm older and I just don't give a F.
Okay, so let's interrupt yourself there. You said you got attention after you lost weight. So now all of you may not know this about Michael, but he wasn't always overweight. Michael back in the day, in his college days and everything, he was a workout person, and he had a nice body, and he lifted weights and so on and so forth. So I'm interested in knowing, were you shy back then also, or did you get shy when you were heavier?
I can't believe you just outed me on a podcast as somebody who works out. That's the meanest thing you've ever done.
I blew your cover. You trying to make everyone think you there. See, Michael does have a past.
Scandalous. So yes, actually that was in law school. And that was because I was breaking it with my fiance at the time, and there's no better revenge than looking really, really hot. So I worked out 7 days a week. I tanned, I had my teeth bleached, and I was going to be the hottest, sluttiest thing on wheels to get back at her. So that was my motivation.
But were you shy then?
I was shy up until high school. And in high school, I became bulimic, and I lost a lot of weight, became skinny, and I got attention from people. And then I suddenly blossomed from there and became the train wreck before you now.
So, but then did you become insecure and quiet again while you were heavier?
Yes. Every time I would gain weight, I would disappear. When I was working out and very, very healthy and active, I was at my most confident. And I will say this for you, because you preach very heavily and rightfully so about the benefits of getting to a healthy weight in a healthy way. I've done it unhealthy now 3 times in my life, one with surgery. The best I've ever felt in my entire life was when I was working out, because it allowed me to deal with the stress, and I felt better after working out. My problem now is I need to find that workout buddy, because I think that having the right person, and every person's different, is the mix. Because some people like to be yelled at and screamed at. Some people to be motivated. My mix was, this is a friend that I've known since college, and we were frenemies, and I wanted him to do well, but not better than me. So that was the mix. So I would be like, hey, do you work out? And if he did, I'm like, I would run and sneak on another workout. So I need that rivalry. And all the trainers I've got now are like, dude, I want to make money by showing how fat you are now and how hot you're going to be. And I'm like, so.
Well, so that explains why, how fashion's important to you. Fashion is important to me because number one,
Yes.
fashion is important to me. Number one, because I am also a clothing designer. I've had a women's line of clothing, and now I have fitness lines, so it's important to me as a designer myself to see what's out there, what's on trend, what's hot, what's not, because there's so much different stuff out there, whether you're looking for the suit and tie look or the evening gown look or the grungy look or what's on trend, what's on point, the easy stuff, so I number one, love fashion because, as you know, with the world's largest closet, we got a closet full of designers stuff. But I, as a designer, I like to also go to fashion shows, not only to just see the pretty stuff, but to see what's on point.
Have an amazing sense of style too, because you'll do like a very high-end ball gown gala type wear, but you also do really bright, colorful, everyday kind of clothes that kind of speak to your personality. Your clothes are very much a reflection, and I think the same thing is true of your athletic line. I'm curious to know what you thought about the fashion shows, because to me, there was a lot of mix of not only technology with the LED thing, which is kind of interesting and avant-garde, but the fabrics were created with these perforations and new techniques that would be great for an athletic line. I was curious to see what you thought about all that.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. That's the greatest thing about fashion is it's constantly changing. Just when you think you've got something in your closet and it's like, oh, this will be for here forever. Fashion changes and technology changes, and you got to stay up with it. But that's the great thing also about fashion is you can buy some of those pieces that are. And I'll name off a designer, Chanel. When you buy something from Chanel, it's pretty much a forever piece. Like if you wore it in 1990, it's still going to be fashionable today because Chanel, those pieces of clothing are timeless. The jackets. I mean, like if you get a good Chanel jacket, you can wear it for 30, 40 years and it never goes out of style. It's one of those timeless pieces. And that's what I love about fashion is you get those timeless pieces that will stay in your closet forever. But then you get your trendy stuff that changes every single year, but there, you get those quick essential pieces that are just your staples that are there forever. And I love that.
I love that you mix really, really high-end labels with something that no one's ever heard of. One of my favorite shots, and I haven't posted it, somebody took of us for walking the street, and I look like a streetwalker, but whatever. You're carrying this brand new Birkin that you got in your outfit, and I think the white jacket, and so you're mixing, like, I have no idea who did the skirt, but you have this Hermes with this brand new jacket from Harlem. Like you were mixing all the labels, and it looked flawless. It was editorial flawless caption. I'm like, damn, that's good.
But that's the great thing. I mean, like that's what I love to do. I mean, like anybody can look good head to toe in Chanel, but what's fun is to take a no-name designer, like the jacket, and put it with a skirt. And I can't even remember I think the skirt is like, it's an interesting name. It's like Notion something. I did some research on him, and he actually had a boutique somewhere in New York for like 5 or 6 years. And now he sells totally out of that store in the Chelsea markets. And so what was it called? Fleas and
it was Fleas and something. Yes. What was it?
Something and Fleas.
Yeah, it was really fun. Because they had shoes that were made out of hair that I tried to buy.
It was an interesting store. I mean, like I got 3 bags of clothes out of that store. I literally thought I was going to have to buy a new suitcase to get everything home.
I did too. I'm like, how? I mean, every time I turn around, like she needs another shopper to carry because I'm not a Sherpa. Like I'm not the donkey mule over here carrying all this stuff.
So
No.
thank God, because I was in first class, they did not weigh my luggage. I think I was over the 50. I'm pretty sure I was closer to the 70 pounds, but thank God I got everything in there. But that's the one thing I love about New York too, is you can always go to New York. And, like you said, you don't want to go to a Neiman's or a Bergdorf's or the Chanel's or the Louis Vuittons. I mean, like
Wait, back up there. I'll always go to Louis.
I know, but we can get all of that here. You really want to go to those stores that we have no idea exist, and that you can got like that Harlem Underground store. I mean, who would have thought? But they do have a website, so I may go on the website and buy some more stuff from them.
I got cards from every designer that I interviewed and that I met, but I will say I don't shop at the Louis here in Houston. I have a really good friend who works there, and she'll help me out like on any dog collars or something repaired. But every Louis that I've ever owned have been travel mementos. So those are my mementos home. I didn't buy one this trip because I was po, but I always shop elsewhere. I don't shop here.
Most of my Louis Vuitton stuff comes out of Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, because
Why?
Vegas, especially in the Wynn Hotel, will get certain Louis Vuitton purses that are not even in the United States yet, except at the Wynn Hotel. Mm-hmm.
I have not heard that.
Yeah. The Wynn Hotel will actually get stuff before anyone else does. But a lot of times at the flagship Louis Vuitton, also there in Vegas, they will have stuff that you can't find anywhere else in the United States either. So I like to get my Louis Vuitton stuff out of Vegas.
My proudest moment was when we got to the Champs-Élysées and I bought Estelle her first purse and let her pick out her purse and wallet over there. And
at one.
Oh yeah.
How do you let a 1-year-old pick out a purse?
She had 3 different ladies waiting on her because they thought she was the cutest thing. They would bring them out to her, and the one that she would reach for is what she got.
Oh,
it was a lot of fun. So we got matching wallets and keychains and purses and passport covers. It was really sweet.
So what we're saying here is that you're even trying to teach back then about fashion, and now she is 5, 6.
Yeah, she's very cognizant of fashion. She's very in control of her outfits. It used to be about the label. Now it's very much about the color and how it complements, and she's learned not to match. And she will critique me. Like I went out somewhere and she's like, "No, daddy, no tie with that pocket square." And I just got read by my daughter. So she's very in control of what she wears, which I hope that for her, it's a power of expression who she is and not a way of making you feel insecure. Like, oh my God, you're too fat for that dress, or you're too old to be dressing like that, or only, girls, these type of girls should wear that. I think that noise just needs to get eradicated from our vocabulary.
Well, and what I really love is to see, like, over the weekend, Sunday night when I got home from New York, I saw the Grammys. And, I love Adele. I love Adele. And Adele is not a size 2 or a size 4. Adele is a good sized woman. And I love how women like her, like, whether it be Adele or well, it used to be Oprah Winfrey, but she's lost some weight. But bigger women like Adele. Another one is Melissa McCarthy. Another
she's lost weight too, though. She's lost weight too.
I know. But what I love is to see how incredibly beautiful these women can look in these designer gowns that are made for them. Also,
I think every woman is beautiful. It's a matter of finding the design or the clothes that enhance the parts of you that are beautiful. We all, I don't care how skinny you are, have parts of you that you can't stand, that you're self-conscious of. It's a matter of finding things that make you feel powerful and strong. Listen to me. I'm all preachy. I should go to church today. Maybe I need a dark hat and some sunglasses and fur every day, because this is the deepest I've ever been. Lord.
Well, I can't believe
my medication works.
I can't believe that after all of this weight that you've lost, you still have a body part that you're not happy with.
I want to lose 30 more pounds.
Michael Pierce, you do shave off your beard then.
I got rid of that in college.
You don't have 30 pounds to lose.
I don't know. There's lots of work that needs to be done.
Michael, you don't
No,
have
I'm
30.
kidding. I don't want to lose weight. I actually want to gain weight, but I'm scared because for me, it's a lot harder to gain weight because of the surgery. So for me to actually gain muscle mass is going to be difficult. I've been talking to trainers about this, and we'll see. We'll see.
Just stick to your liquid protein drinks.
I'm not
Because,
even going to touch that. My
no,
husband, it was a very good Valentine's Day, but that's I'm not going there. No
well,
muscle mass is good.
no, but I'm just saying, I'm sure you can drink protein drinks, and
Yes.
to build muscle, you have to have protein. So, and
My problem, and I do. I have the wheaten and the gluten. And actually, I have a really good protein shake and I think you actually recommended. It was the one you recommended. My problem is that I also take the vitamins to supplement with it, and I don't eat
right,
enough.
right. So, with that said, I'm pretty much saying that everyone needs to be interested in fashion, regardless of what your fashion style is, right?
Can I ask you a question before you go down to your tip away? What did you take away as trends or tips from the shows that we got to see? Things that people who didn't get to go that you saw that think, hey, this is something we should all be looking forward to, or that I really liked. What did you really like in the shows?
I think the show that we went to this year, different than last year, last September when we went, is there were so many different designers. Last time we were there in September, we only attended one designer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we only saw his stuff. This time we saw I think 6 designers per show. So now you're talking about almost 12 designers, and they were all completely different. Completely. Some, like you said, had technology, LED lighting, really cool stuff. Some was very African looking, very jungle African looking, the bright colors and wraps and whatnot. Some was extremely boring. To me, it was I wouldn't wear that because it wasn't my style, but I think I really enjoyed this year more so than last year, because like I said, we didn't go to just one designer. We got to see 12 designers, and it was really interesting that none of them, and I mean none of them, were remotely the same. Not at all. Totally different. And I just loved it. I just loved the diversity and being able to see the nice mix, really. So
there wasn't any that you're I have to have that one, because there was a jeweled one that I thought you were going to I could see you taking home because it was very sparkly, it was very elegant, it was very posh. There were some very sexy ones too, and there was some that were sort of athletic line.
Yeah, there was a designer there that had some really amazingly gorgeous, almost see-through stuff that I could see me wearing because I wear a lot of that stuff.
Yes, you do.
So that really did that was my personality, and some of that technology LED stuff was kind of fun and kooky too, because I could see me wearing that too. So like I said, I think my takeaway from all of this, and even the fashion shows, is that I think everyone should be interested in fashion somehow, and whether it be the person that just wears the grungy jeans and grungy t-shirt, but he's got these amazing these amazing sneakers on.
Y'all can't see, that's what I'm wearing right now.
But I'm just saying, even kids that just wear the grunge look, they've always got these amazing, $300 pair of tennis shoes on. So don't tell me that not everyone is involved in fashion somehow. I mean, we all are. I don't care what your look is, what your style is. All of us, regardless if it's shoes that you're into, or purses, or clothes, or hats, or sunglasses. I mean, we all have a sense of style. Maybe it's the bracelets that you wear, whatever, but all of us have a sense of fashion somehow, regardless. Somebody might look at me and go, oh no, I'm not into fashion, and yet I could look down and see their feet, they have a pair of $300 shoes on, and I'm like, oh, you're not into fashion, but you like those nice shoes you got on. Okay. So or whether it's our phone cases, that somehow we're all into fashion somehow. So I think that's my takeaway here is, some people might listen to this podcast and go, why are they talking about fashion shows? I don't like to go to fashion shows, but yet they are into fashion somehow. They might have a pair of great Gucci sunglasses. I don't know, but I think the takeaway here is, regardless of if you're into going to fashion shows or not, we all are interested in fashion somehow.
We're all interested in looking our best and buy nice shoes. They don't have to be expensive, but buy nice shoes. No more Uggs.
So let me ask you before we go, who is your favorite designer?
Teresa Romer.
Oh, were you paid to say that? Well, I kind of like her too.
She's hot. She's hot. And I really do love your designs. I love you. I love your designs. So yes, Teresa Romer. So I'm plugging.
Thank you. Well, I would have to actually say one of my most favorite designers is Zach Posen. I've met him. I've ate lunch with him. I've gone to lots of his fashion shows, and he's clearly one of my favorite fashion designers, definitely. But you know, when it comes to purses, Hermes is my bag. I'm sorry. I love your Louis, and I love my Louis, but Hermes has got to be my number one.
I brought my bag for you this time.
I saw it. You had to see Michael. You know, I'm walking around with my little 30 Birkin, and he's got this big 50.
But I got that 50 because I coveted hers for 2.5 years. I'm like, someday. You have no idea how many like people I had to like squeeze blood from a turnip to get it. But I got my 50.
Yay! So Michael's carrying around this 50 travel bag like a purse.
I did too. And I was shopping in there, babies, puppies, people's groceries.
So, and he did get a lot of compliments because I was near him when he got those compliments. So they were like, what a great bag. And I'm thinking, but I helped him.
Did you not notice my brand new baby blue Birkin 30 that just came out? You clueless hag.
They didn't even look at mine. All they could see was your big monster.
Size matters. It's Texas.
Oh. So with that said, like I said, my takeaway is that everyone should be interested in fashion somehow, regardless if it's the jeans, the t-shirts, the coats, the fur coats, the bags. It doesn't matter. The jewelry, somehow, somewhere, we are all interested in fashion. So even if you're not interested in going to the fashion shows like we are, somehow fashion has touched your life. So with that said, I hope everyone has a fabulous rest of the week. I know we're doing some amazing stuff, and we can't let it out of the bag yet, but we've got some amazing stuff. We love leaving everybody just hanging, don't we? They're like, what are they working on? What are they working on? They'll find out sooner or later. So with that said, make sure you get out there and find us everywhere out there on social media. Michael and I are out there on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest, and make sure you really get out there because you know this podcast is on YouTube. So listen to the podcast and also find my other YouTube channel, Teresa Romer, and subscribe to it because we're growing. So with that said, have a wonderful, beautiful week, and we will catch you next week.
Bye, y'all.